Gurv Magat Las Cahirlach, and I support the order of business as outlined by the leader. Today is International Day Against Violence and Bullying at School, including cyberbullying, and it's a really important day. And the UNESCO member states decided to call it as such because they recognise that school-based violence and cyberbullying is particularly difficult for young people, for children and for adolescents. And cyberbullying, as we know, has been growing quite a lot. DCU have done a lot of research in this area, and last year, in terms of their research, 28% of our young people had been cyberbullied, and another 50% of young people were aware and had seen that. So obviously it's a huge issue that we really need to tackle and we really need to be aware of. DCU have done incredible work in this area, and recently Minister Norma Foley launched a competition that they organised in terms of listening to initiatives that young people have developed themselves and suggested in different schools. And the deadline for that is the 26th of November, and the entries can be in the form of posters, in the form of small videos, and I think it's really important that young people get involved in that conversation themselves. So I really would recommend and encourage schools to get involved and to send that in to www.tacklebullying.ie. Another issue that I want to raise, Leader, is in relation to the case of spiking. And the rise in cases is absolutely frightening. And people of every age and of every gender really need to be very vigilant when they're out socialising. And what we're seeing on social media and hearing from victims, mainly young women, is absolutely horrific. And we need to ensure that we strengthen our laws in relation to dealing with this. And we want to encourage also those that are victims to report it and to report to the venue as well as to the police. It's really, really important to do that. So everybody, please stay safe and never leave a drink unintended. The last item that I want to raise today is in relation to those that are amputees in this country. We have 5,000 amputees, people who have prosthetics, and without a medical card, which is discretionary in all of these individual cases, amputees don't get any support whatsoever. The government supply one prosthetic limb if the initial surgery is done publicly. If it's done privately, you don't actually get that. And for children, the limb does need to be changed every year, and for adults every 2 years. And if somebody is involved in sport, they will need more than one particular limb. So I really believe that the state should be giving more support. It's traumatic enough for somebody to lose a limb, and I think counselling supports should be put in place, but we absolutely need to look at measures to be able to support the 5,000 amputees that we have in this country. Gurv Mahagat.